Why does it seem like reaching the age of 85 is reserved only for a select few? You see people living life fully well into their 80s and beyond, while others in the same age group experience a sharp decline or sadly do not make it that far. It's not just luck or genetics. Studies show that daily decisions play a massive role in long-term health and longevity. Today, we're shining a light on 6 hidden mistakes that slowly chip away at your health over decades. Many seniors and their families overlook these subtle pitfalls, even when they try to live healthy lives. Some of these may surprise you. Imagine discovering that small shifts made now can fundamentally change your well-being down the line. Does it have to do with exercise routines, dietary habits, or maybe it's something more subtle that flies under the radar entirely? As we uncover each of these mistakes, you might notice familiar patterns in your own life or the lives of those around you. Today isn't just about identifying problems. It's about providing clear, actionable steps to overwrite old habits and stack the deck in your favor. Think about the people you know who have thrived into old age. What makes them different? Is it a secret supplement? A magic family recipe? The real answers might be far simpler and more within reach than you realize. By understanding these overlooked factors, you'll be in a better position to protect your health and perhaps add extra years to your life. Stick around as we reveal the first hidden mistake and what you can do to avoid it, starting today. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and share your own thoughts or questions in the comments below. Your story could inspire someone else to take action too. Skipping strength training. The silent muscle thief picture a lively family reunion. Kids are laughing and running, adults are chatting, and the oldest members of the family are sitting and watching from the sidelines. Maybe they want to join in, but standing for long periods, walking across the lawn, or even just lifting a grandchild has become too challenging. This scenario is more common than many realize, and it's not just aging at work. It's the gradual, quiet loss of muscle. The culprit? Years of neglecting strength training. Most people associate exercise with jogging, walking, or maybe a little stretching, but rarely does strength training make it onto the list of priorities for seniors. The reality is that from our 30s onward, we lose muscle mass every year if we're not doing something to stop it. Our bodies naturally become less efficient at maintaining muscle as we age, but this slow decline can be dramatically accelerated by inactivity. Think of a neighbor who was once the go-to person for fixing things around the house. Lifting furniture, carrying groceries, shoveling snow. You might notice over time that he started asking for help, moving more slowly, or finding excuses to avoid physical tasks altogether. It's not always because the will is gone. It's often because the body no longer has the strength. If you spend a lifetime not challenging your muscles, they shrink, losing both size and power. This makes ordinary tasks, getting up from a chair, climbing stairs, even balancing while standing, far more difficult. Unfortunately, many people become less active as they get older, fearing injury or believing it's too late to build strength. But research has consistently shown that the opposite is true. Even people in their 70s, 80s, and beyond can regain muscle and strength with regular resistance exercises. One of the most overlooked dangers of muscle loss is how it sets the stage for falls, fractures, and long periods of immobility. Losing strength doesn't just take away independence. It can lead to a domino effect of health problems. Break a bone, spend weeks in a hospital bed, and suddenly everything changes. It's heartbreaking to watch someone who was once lively and active become frail simply because the warning signs went unnoticed or unanswered. The good news is that preventing this isn't about training for the Olympics or lifting heavy weights. Simple, regular exercises, using resistance bands, light dumbbells, or even your own body weight, can bring back strength and keep it for years to come. Think about how much more you could do, how much longer you could stay active and social, with stronger muscles supporting you each day. Have you noticed yourself or someone close to you growing weaker or struggling with tasks that once felt easy? What might life look like if you took small steps to rebuild that strength right now? Ignoring tiny nutritional shortfalls. The slow erosion. Imagine you start each day with your usual cup of coffee and a slice of toast, the same breakfast you've enjoyed for decades. Dinner may be simple, a bit of rice, maybe some chicken, perhaps a few vegetables if you have them on hand. This routine brings comfort and familiarity, especially as cooking for one or two people gets less exciting over time. But here's the part many miss. Our bodies change as we get older, and so do our nutritional needs. The foods that once kept us strong may not be enough anymore. Over the years, small imbalances, a little less protein here, a lack of leafy greens there, a missed glass of milk or forgotten apple add up. It's easy to overlook a missing vitamin or two when you feel okay for weeks or months. Your energy might dip slightly, but that could be blamed on aging, poor sleep, or the weather. Maybe you notice more bruises, or you catch colds more often. Maybe the scale moves down without you meaning it to, or your skin seems thinner and your nails more brittle. These aren't just random signs of time passing. They can be warning lights that your body isn't getting everything it needs. Take Edith, a vibrant woman who loved gardening and would spend hours tending to her flowers. When she started feeling tired and lightheaded, she brushed it off as part of getting older. Only after a fall in her backyard did her doctor discover that she was low on vitamin D and iron. Easy deficiencies to miss, but powerful enough to sap her strength and make her bones vulnerable. With a few adjustments, more eggs, yogurt, and dark leafy greens, Edith turned things around. It wasn't about drastic diets or complicated meal plans, but about small, conscious tweaks. Many people underestimate the impact of gradually eating less, especially as appetite naturally wanes. Cooking feels like a chore, or you might prefer lighter meals that are easy to prepare, leading to a slow reduction in crucial nutrients. Over time, this can leave your body less able to fight infections, heal wounds, or maintain vital muscle and bone. Changing this doesn't require fancy supplements or special brands. It starts with being curious about what you're putting on your plate. Adding a few more colorful vegetables, an extra scoop of beans, or a glass of milk can make a real difference. Think about your meals this week. Are there simple changes you could make to give your body more of what it needs to thrive? How much of your daily energy and resilience might be restored just by paying closer attention to what nourishes you? Overlooking subtle signs. When your body whispers before it shouts, think back to a time when you brushed off a minor ache or a strange fatigue as nothing more than just getting older. Maybe your knees felt stiff during the morning, or you found yourself forgetting small details, names, appointments, or where you left your keys. For many seniors, these little changes seem harmless at first. After all, everyone expects some wear and tear with age, right? But what's easy to miss is how these small warning signals can be the first hints that something deeper is out of balance. Take the story of Leo, a retired carpenter who prided himself on his independence. One winter, he noticed his balance wasn't quite what it used to be. He laughed it off, blaming slippery shoes or the cold weather. It wasn't until a minor kitchen tumble left him shaken that he finally spoke with his doctor. Little did he know, his blood pressure had been creeping up unnoticed, and his hearing was starting to fade. Two changes that, left unchecked, would have made daily life far more dangerous. Small, persistent symptoms are often your body's way of nudging you before bigger issues develop. Many older adults hesitate to mention them, worried about seeming like a burden or fearing a cascade of tests and treatments. Others adapt quietly, sitting down more often, using walls for support, or avoiding certain activities. The danger here is not just physical. Waiting too long weakens confidence, increases the risk of injury, and chips away at a sense of control over your own life. By dismissing early red flags, the opportunity to make small, manageable changes slips by. Whether it's a change in appetite, new digestive trouble, unexplained weight loss, or more frequent trips to the bathroom, paying attention to your body's quiet complaints could be the difference between a minor tweak and a major setback. Sometimes, a simple medication adjustment, better hydration, or hearing aids can restore confidence and mobility. You deserve to feel safe, strong, and curious about what's possible, not always on alert for the next setback. So when was the last time you treated one of these body whispers with the same care you'd show for a friend or family member? What might open up in your life if you started to respond to the gentle alarms before they became full-blown emergencies? Isolation. The hidden risk that weakens more than bones. Picture a familiar afternoon. The house is quiet, the hours stretch long, and the phone rarely rings. For many seniors, days become filled with silence. A gradual drifting away from family gatherings, joyful conversations with friends, or even a simple chat with a neighbor across the hall. What starts as a practical adjustment, maybe an illness, a friend moving away, or the loss of easy transportation, can quickly evolve into prolonged loneliness. As social circles shrink, routines change, and once regular outings get set aside, it becomes easier to let days slip by in isolation. While it may not seem urgent, this slow withdrawal has powerful consequences not just on mood, but on physical health too. Take Carlos, who once loved meeting friends at the park each week for a game of dominoes. When his wife became ill, his world grew smaller as he devoted time to her care, and the visits stopped. "I'll meet up again soon," he told himself. Months passed, and the phone calls dwindled. Carlos felt less motivated to exercise, cooked simple meals for one, and struggled with sleep. What he didn't realize was this social isolation was quietly eroding his well-being, raising his blood pressure, weakening his immune system, and increasing his risk of depression. The science is clear. Persistent loneliness can harm the body as much as smoking or obesity. It often leads to making poorer health choices, skipping medications, losing interest in hobbies, or falling out of step with daily routines that once made life meaningful. The antidote is not always grand. It rarely requires becoming the life of the party or filling each week with gatherings. Sometimes it means starting small, reaching out for a short call, joining a community class, or inviting a neighbor for coffee. Even digital connections, like video chatting with distant relatives, can help restore a sense of belonging and purpose. Rebuilding connections isn't merely about passing time. It's about strengthening the invisible supports that help us thrive far beyond what diet or exercise alone can offer. If you've noticed your world getting quieter than it used to be, what small step could you take today to invite more company or connection into your daily life? Who might be waiting for your call, ready for a friendly voice or a shared memory as much as you are? Neglecting mental agility. When the mind is left behind, imagine sitting in your favorite chair, the one by the window where you watch birds flutter past, and realizing that recalling the name of your favorite song or where you place your reading glasses now takes a few extra seconds. For many older adults, these occasional lapses spark worry, yet most assume they are an unavoidable part of aging. What often goes unnoticed is how easily the mind can rust from inactivity, just like a neglected garden loses its bloom. When daily routines become repetitive and fewer challenges or new experiences present themselves, the brain misses out on essential stimulation. Think of Ruth, who spent decades volunteering, managing her household, and challenging herself with crossword puzzles every Sunday. When she moved closer to her children for support, her days lost their old variety. No more scheduling events, leading book clubs, or tackling crosswords with the same enthusiasm. At first, she enjoyed the peace, but gradually she noticed conversations didn't flow as easily, and her memory felt slower. Ruth began to worry, but a visit to her doctor reassured her. Her mind wasn't failing. It was simply underused. With encouragement, she started exploring new hobbies, painting, online classes, and daily brain games, sparking her curiosity once more. Not only did her memory improve, but she felt more engaged, confident, and positive about each day. Just as muscles weaken from inactivity, the brain depends on novelty, challenge, and social exchange to stay sharp. Learning a new skill, reading unfamiliar topics, engaging in lively discussions, or playing strategy games all help build mental reserves that protect against decline. The key isn't mastering complex subjects. It's continuing to challenge yourself, no matter the pace or scale. Small, meaningful shifts in daily mental activities can create lasting benefits, boosting mood and reigniting a sense of accomplishment. If you've noticed your spark for new things has faded, or you avoid activities that feel unfamiliar, what small challenge could you introduce now to energize your mind? Who could you invite along for the journey, turning personal growth into a shared adventure that nourishes both memory and meaning? Skipping regular checkups. Out of sight, out of mind, out of time, imagine the relief that comes from thinking, if I don't feel sick, I must be healthy. This mindset is far more common than we realize, quietly guiding adults of all ages to skip annual checkups, routine screenings, or simple blood tests. Over time, these missed appointments can become a silent risk, letting small issues quietly grow into larger, sometimes life-threatening problems. Consider Helen, who prided herself on never needing more than the occasional aspirin. For years, she only went to the doctor when she caught the flu or had trouble sleeping. But as time passed, minor symptoms emerged: mild ankle swelling, dizziness when standing, and the odd bruise she couldn't explain. She brushed these off, blaming them on age and moving a bit slower. It wasn't until a friend convinced her to get a checkup that Helen learned her blood pressure had crept dangerously high and her bone density was much lower than expected. Both issues could be managed, but if left undetected, they would have risked her independence and well-being. This is the truth most people overlook. Many serious conditions creep in with barely a whisper. High cholesterol, diabetes, vision changes, or certain cancers often quietly progress, robbing us of energy and quality of life before noticeable symptoms appear. Regular checkups offer more than peace of mind. They provide a roadmap for monitoring changes, finding solutions early, and adjusting habits to fit new needs. These brief moments with a care provider are acts of self-preservation, an investment in maintaining the freedom to do what you love and stay connected with those who matter most. Life isn't about dodging every ailment, but meeting challenges head-on, with knowledge and readiness on your side. Do you put off doctor visits or wait for a problem before acting, believing it keeps you in control? What might change if you saw these appointments not as a sign of weakness, but as a way of protecting your future, catching risks before they steal your strongest, most joyful years? As we reflect on these 6 hidden mistakes that quietly shape our journey into older age, it's clear that thriving into your 80s and beyond isn't just luck or a matter of good genetics. Every small decision, from what you eat, how you move, nurturing your mind, caring for your social connections, listening to your body's early warning signs, and keeping up with regular health checkups, matters deeply. You hold more power over your well-being than you might sometimes believe. The truth is, it's never too late to make a change. Every positive step, no matter how small, can add new energy and meaning to life's later chapters. Remember, the years ahead are still full of possibility and purpose. Whether you are inspired to try a new hobby, call an old friend, or finally book that long-postponed checkup, know that those actions are investments in more laughter, deeper connections, and days filled with light. You deserve a future shaped not by fear or regret, but by hope, learning, and small acts of self-care. If this message touched you today, share your story below or comment the word wisdom. Let's inspire each other to grow stronger together. Don't forget to subscribe for more heartfelt insights and encouragement on your journey. Until next time, take gentle care of yourself. You are never alone.